Welcome to another episode of Only Time Can Tell. I'm your host, Ken. And before we begin, don't forget to hit the share, like, and subscribe button so that way you'll get notified when we post new videos. And don't forget, Only Time Can Tell is basically a show where we pretty much celebrate ordinary people doing extraordinary things. My guest to the right
is not ordinary.
As you can see, my guest to the right is not ordinary. Her name is Nema Katt. Nema,
hello.
Thank you for blessing
yes.
us with your presence.
Chucking on his words or whatever.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Nema Katt, how did you come up with that name?
Well, Nema is just short for Naima.
Okay.
And then Kat is like a representation of, being a female, being a woman, my gender that's been, robbed, taken over. I don't know. What is it called? A coup? It's a coup going on right now for the women.
What is a woman,
I don't know, but I thought I was one until I started seeing people that don't really, they say one of these things don't belong. And I was like, obviously, I don't belong in this group. This is crazy. So now I'm just with the females. I'm a grown female. Big O, bringing the females back. Ladies, I know you don't like the term females, but it's all we got right now. It's the only thing we got to let them know, like I was born with the real thing. Like, this is God made.
All right, so for my viewers checking in, what does Nema Katt do?
I don't know. Nema Katt does a lot of things. I can tell you what she don't do. Okay, she don't work. She don't cook. She don't clean. Okay, she does not like those things. Like I don't know what happened to me, but just work and me, we don't get along. But I do tell jokes.
I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed that.
Such a mystery.
Okay, so I guess by day you're a comedian, or you're not with necessarily the title.
You know what? That really gave me like PTSD because by the day I do whatever someone allows me to do before they fire me. I'm literally the worst employee, so I get jobs, good professional, good paying jobs, and then they be like, you know what? Actually, this is not working out. That or I quit, but we're not ever gonna admit which is which.
Right.
But yes, so during the daytime I have taught algebra.
Did you really?
In high school, in middle school.
Okay.
I have been a patient compliance officer as an MD working in a psychiatric clinic.
Okay.
I've taught medical students.
Really?
Yeah, I've gotten them ready for their license exam. I have a personal training business, but I really don't do that anymore. But that was something that I've done. So I do everything.
You do everything.
I do everything in the daytime.
Okay. During the daytime. So what do you do by night? You like a superhero? Just...
You know the freaks come out at night. I put on I let my little freak flag fly at night. I tell jokes.
You tell jokes.
That's
okay.
what I do.
Okay.
It can get pretty freaky.
It can get pretty. So how long have you been doing that?
The first time I ever touched the stage was 2011.
2011.
But the first time I took it seriously was 2017.
Okay, 6-year gap.
Yeah, okay, so I went to medical school.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to medical school, and where I went to medical school, there wasn't really an audience.
Right.
And also, I don't know, I used that time to write, though.
Okay.
I never did comedy between 2011 and 2017.
Right.
But I did write continuously, and I never stopped for
Okay.
that whole 6 years, so that's weird.
So you had 6 years of material.
6 years of material.
So I guess what was the catalyst to make you say, you know what, I'm gonna get back out there?
I graduated.
Graduate.
Medical school is it's a lifestyle.
Right.
You're not just going to class. You have to come home and study for 12 hours a day, whether
Right.
you have a job or children
Right.
or class that day. You still need to put in that 12 hours.
Wow.
So I couldn't think of anything else.
Okay. All right.
I think I've heard someone say, like, in training, I don't know if it was like a firefighter or the CIA, FBI, they waterboard you. Like, they take water and they pour it on you until you almost pass out, and
Right.
then you come up. That's what medical school is like.
Oh, wow.
You are being drowned in information, and there is
Right.
no time to do anything else until you graduate. And then I was like, actually, I'll tell a joke now that I'm done suffering for 6 years.
I'm going to reclaim my life back. Right, right.
So that's what happened. It was my girlfriend and I were, not my girlfriend, but a friend that's a girl. We went out, you know, that's old school. I was raised by my grandparents. Old ladies say girlfriend.
Right, right.
So my girlfriend and I, we went out to celebrate my graduation.
Okay.
And they were like, oh, it's open mic night. And I was like, let me go up.
Right. And how did that go?
It went amazing.
It
I
went
met Chris Rock, Lil Rel.
Get out of
I
here.
took pictures. I signed autographs. I'm like, this is my first time back on stage. And it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It
Wow.
was beautiful. They thought I was Beyonce or something.
Well, you kind of got a Solange thing going on with the eyes.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Solange. Hey, Solo. Hey, Sissy. A lot
Right.
of people said that to me. I love it's crazy because I was a huge fan of Solange when she was releasing her albums. When did she just release one? But before that, you know, you had went on a hiatus, boo. But, you know, I was with the, you know, the Dream Girls and the 60s music. I was here for that.
Right,
yeah,
right.
love Solange.
All right, so
I'm from Texas, too, so I think
Are you really?
We
Okay.
might be related.
Okay, all right, I could see that. I could see that. All right, so you said you met Chris Rock. Were there any people any heavy hitters that you worked with telling comedy?
Oh, man, so many. The legendary late Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney. Wow.
Paul Mooney, man.
Right.
Oh, my God. I will never forget the night he let me open up for him. I had shaved head and braids and ponytails. It was crazy, but he told me I was beautiful.
Really?
That I was funny, and so that was my fondest memory. But so many greats. Mark Curry.
Right.
Funny, hilarious.
Okay.
Mark is like the epitome of a comedian. He can talk about anything
Right.
and make you cry, laugh.
Oh, wow.
Make you cry, laugh. He's my favorite comedian to watch. I also went on tour with my favorite cousin, Mike Epps.
Mike Epps. Okay.
Everybody's favorite cousin.
Right.
Mike is really funny in real life all the time. It's
Yeah.
never off.
Right.
Day Day,
Yeah.
all them characters, Mike, that's really him. That's really Mike from Indiana.
Right.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Cool. So as a comedian full time now, do you have like an agent or a manager that?
I work with people, but I haven't signed any paperwork.
Okay.
And I'm not famous yet, so until I get with the person who makes me famous,
Right.
I do not have an agent or anyone or a manager. But I have someone that I beg. I can say that. Because in case he see this, I don't want to be like, bitch, didn't I tell you, you know? I beg somebody. I be like, can you please make me a star? Like,
right.
what are we waiting for? You know?
So then that person is the one that helps you with like bookings for your shows and stuff like
Yeah.
that?
For comedians, bookings kind of come straight to you until you start getting the bigger shows.
Right.
And so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you out there and you see me, call me, okay? I need some help.
All right, so ultimately, what would you say, and if you could even answer this, but what's the end goal, like, you know?
For comedy?
For comedy.
See, I don't have an end goal for comedy. I ponder that myself because
Right.
I get asked that question. And when I started comedy, it was just to express myself, you know, be unfiltered and beautiful and funny.
Right.
You know, that was it. I didn't think I wanted to be famous. And then people kept asking me, like, oh, do you want to be famous? Are you going to quit medicine?
Right.
And I'm like, if it happens, I'm not going to be like, no, excuse me. No, I don't want $3 million. Get the fuck out of here. What do you mean? I'm over here for the art. It's like, no. Who's that? It's crazy.
Right.
So the end goal is just to continue to express myself and, you know, feed my soul with my words and hopefully share that freedom with
Right,
the
just
world.
continue being creative.
Yes.
So let me ask you this, and I normally like to ask comedians this because I know, especially in these crazy times or whatever, you know, people like to need to feel good.
Right.
You know, with all this fear and all of that stuff that's being, you know, promoted or what have you. Has there ever been an episode where maybe you were performing and one of the audience members came up to you like at the end like, hey, I really appreciate it?
Hell no, because I'm horrible. People do need to feel good. And I'm here to remind you, you should be feeling good for no other reason other than you have decided to feel good. Because
Right.
shit is fucked up. And I'm going to bring it out and I'm going to put it on the table. And they be like, damn, bitch, I was trying to forget about that. And I be like, yeah, it's real, but guess what? Fuck that. You know, have
Right.
fun, laugh, enjoy your life. Do them drugs, okay? Fuck them kids. Nah. Life is terrible. So you better find a way to enjoy it, have fun.
By the way, this is a part of her comedy.
You know what your life is like. Nobody really get what they want. So I think, I get a lot of women, a lot of females.
A lot of females.
I do get a lot of females who come up to me and say, I'm so glad you said that. No one has ever gave us that perspective before.
Right.
No one ever comes up to me after the show and be like, yeah. They come up to me, the females, the women, they come up to me and they be like, thank you for saying that, because that's how I really feel. But if I say that, I'll be considered this and that. So I get that a lot. That, thank you for opening the door for that opinion. And I get a lot of older men come up to me because I talk about being attracted to older men. So I get that at the end of the show. I get like 4 Hennessy shots from Otis and somebody, Paul.
Seymour.
Yeah,
Seymour.
you know what I'm saying? Zachary. You know, all people love them Bible names. What is wrong with y'all in these Bible names? But I get a lot of Bible drinks from niggas with Bible names after the show. I ain't mad. I don't discriminate.
Okay. So now you did, 6 years of medical school?
Yes.
6 years of medical school. Why not pursue that? Why pursue?
I do pursue that. Everyone always asks me, why you don't practice medicine? Because there's more ways to make better money than to actually practice when you have an MD. So did you hear about the nurse who just made $2 million just from posting her study notes?
Wow, no.
Yeah, and see, I have a company that I create study materials and I teach medical students. Okay. So I am using my degree, but I'm trying to do something that no longer requires me to be present. So if I create study notes, study materials, textbooks, with everything that I've learned, now I can move on and do comedy or travel or whatever I want to do, right?
Right.
Besides giving 12 to 80 hours a week to the hospital.
Now that's pretty smart, because McDonald's doesn't have to be there for the burgers to make the burgers.
Correct.
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
And that's me. I like working smarter, not harder. I don't like working, so whether it's smarter or harder, I don't care. But if I gotta do it,
right? Yeah.
I'm gonna do it the least.
Yeah, because it's basically about maximizing your time.
Absolutely. So that's what I like to focus.
So, do you have any projects coming up?
Yes, I do. I am shooting my special this year.
Are you?
Yeah, so be looking out for that in the fall. Yep, in the fall I'll be releasing my special. I haven't titled it yet. So right now it's Untitled Cat.
Okay. All right.
Untitled Cat.
And how do you come up with your material?
Real life.
Real life.
I don't even understand. You know what? I admire and I love comedians who can make those lighthearted jokes about different things. I cannot talk about anything unless it really happened to me, unless I really seen it, or unless I really thought about it that day. My funniest sets have been things I've written on the way to the comedy show.
Really?
Because I'm good at real life.
Okay.
I understand it. I can explain it. It's math to me.
Right.
I love math and science. So if something is a part of my real life, I can make that funny.
Okay.
But you want me to talk about a cupcake? Like, I'm not that talented. Go get Seinfeld for that. Like, I gotta just talk about the shit I seen and it was funny. Now let me tell you so you could think it's funny.
Right, so you just bring that unique perspective.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know which comedian I heard say this, but he was saying that a real good comedian only relies on his material as his backup.
Yeah.
Which I was just like, oh wow, that's like some next level stuff or whatever.
That's real. That's definitely real. It's like, just like, okay, I know I said math, but I can't teach something to you if I just learned it. So that's why no one else can write my material, because it has to be something that's already kind of cemented into my brain, something that I know I can spit out naturally.
Right.
But if you write a joke for me,
it's
only so much I can expand on that.
Right. Yeah.
An audience member I could be doing a joke that I've done 100 times, and an audience member can say something, and it can help me expand that joke because I really did that thing. So now that you're asking a question, I can give you the details and make it funnier.
Right.
But if someone wrote that joke for me, I have no details because I don't know what happened. I wasn't there.
My producer told me at one point you had a weekly show that you stopped doing. Do you plan on bringing that back?
No, I don't plan on bringing that back. Maybe a monthly show.
A monthly show?
Just because I feel like I'm focusing on different platforms, on different levels of my career. So that was like one of the levels, and now I feel like I'm moving away from that. Whether it's up or out, I'm not trying to say if you have a weekly show, you ain't shit. But
Right.
I'm just saying, like, I've done it, and now I want to do other things in this industry.
Yeah, because you're an artist, right? You
I'm
just
an
gotta,
artist.
you gotta just keep rolling.
Just gotta keep going, blowing with the wind.
Okay, so before you go, can you tell our viewers where they can find you on social media?
Yes, my name is the same everywhere. It's N like nasty, E like eat, M like my, A like apple, Katt. Nema Katt on Twitter, on Instagram, on Booty Chat. I don't know, wherever you find people. I used to be on Backpage, but they took that down. So yeah, now you know Christian Mingle and shit like that. Or whatever.
Or FemalesForHire.com.
Females for Hire, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Big O for that.
Yeah, Big O. Big O said he want the females. God damn it, you gotta put that fifi.
Well, Naima, I appreciate your time.
Thank you
for
for
coming
having
out.
me.
I appreciate it. It was been wonderful. I enjoyed myself immensely. Expect big things from Nema Katt. Once again, this concludes another episode of Only Time Can Tell. I'm Ken. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will always get an alert when a new video drops.